What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Investing Bros Live Show. And today we are going to talk about the project Ondo. Because, yes, the price is dramatically down, but something big is happening in the Ondo space. I think there's a lot of people in this community that are holding that coin, and they've been frustrated for the last couple of weeks about the downward price action. When will it ever pump? And while I'm not here to tell you it's happening today, I am telling you there are things happening that mean it will be coming very, very soon. If you are sleeping on Ondo, or if you've started to doubt what its future holds, make sure to watch this entire video because it will not disappoint you. We got a lot of other things happening, though, in the stock world as well. We're going to address that and a whole lot more. So go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you on the other side of the intro. All right, T-Shroom, how we doing today?
Better than I deserve, Tim. Another day waking up in paradise of Dallas.
That's what I like to hear. Eric Wallen says, how's the video conference? Yeah, actually, it's very good. Connected with some great people. Obviously got to spend some time yesterday. Some of you might have seen me on the Stocks with Josh show. I also did a show with Trading with Ashley, another trading influencer.
She's
I'm really
awesome.
bullish on. Very bullish on in the options trading world. We're going to have her on the show at some point, get her takes. Her experience, even just her life experience, was very fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, another successful day, meeting new people. Had some very interesting classes, workshops, webinars, things of just how we can continue to improve, how we help you guys navigate the markets, and how we create content for you guys. So, Eric Wallen, very successful. Thank you for asking. That's a very genuine and real question I think you're asking there. Yeah. Let's go ahead, T-Shroom. We want to jump in here. And you know what my goal for today is, T-Shroom? And I'm going to say waste time for a second. My goal is that we get everything we need to get done in 20 minutes and maybe have like 5 minutes of Q&A to wrap up the show. What do you think about that goal?
I think that's a fantastic goal. It's better than anyone deserves.
It's better than all we do. All right, let's go ahead and get in here. Sea of green, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what one of the biggest gainers is, though? The one that we've told you, kind of the sneaky, watch it, do some positive things here. Helium. It's not our coin of the day to talk about, but it is one that we've been watching now for a little bit, and it is very positive. WIF is doing really well. SATS is our number one gainer, almost 10% up here in the last 24 hours. But I'm not going to go through all of them. A lot of green today. Most of your portfolios are moving to the upside. Let's go over, and instead of looking at Bitcoin today, let's dive into what a lot of you are clicking on the video to find out about, and that is Ondo. T-Shroom. Before I go into it, let's talk about what's happening with Ondo. Why are we potentially looking at a bottom signal coming very soon? And why should people be excited about this real-world asset project?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a little bit of homework to know for this is total value locked. Total value locked is the amount of AUM, the amount of value in dollars that is locked into a project. Most crypto projects have a TVL that can be observed. Crux of Crypto talks to us about this a lot in the Discord, which if you want to join the Discord, there's a link down in the description. It's TVL. You can measure it on DeFi Llama. Let's get into this story here. Celebrating a new milestone, Ondo Finance has surpassed $600 million in total value locked across their yield-bearing products. There you can see those two here, and they're proud to be the first issuer of tokenized treasuries to achieve this milestone. So this is, some other RWA projects that we like: Chainlink, AVAX, Pendle. Right, there's a lot out there, but Ondo here really taking the cake. Tim, just how bullish is this?
Well, let me explain why it's extremely bullish, because retail, not that much into it. I want to make sure I get this detail correctly. Let's go to CoinMarketCap and find where Ondo is currently ranked and look at some of its information. So a lot of those other coins you just mentioned, T-Shroom, we're talking about top 20 coins. Ondo is currently ranked number 70. When we click on it, we're going to find out that it only has a market cap. It dropped below $1 billion here again. We are sitting at $824 million in market cap, but $600 million locked. What this means is that the majority of who is holding Ondo does not want to sell. It's probably whales, probably long-term holders, and you got to think about this, everybody. I know there's a big unlock coming later in or early in 2025. That's what a lot of people are acting in fear of. But seeing I mean, I'm not great at math, but 600 out of 800, 600 million out of 800 million being locked up, T-Shroom, that is ridiculously high percentage of people who, when you lock a token up, you do not want to sell it. That is a long-term hold, ladies and gentlemen. That is a massive fundamental bullish step in the Ondo price action, something that should not be overlooked. And yes, maybe you've capitulated recently on Ondo. Maybe you sold. The good news is you probably sold, and you're going to have a good opportunity to buy even lower. It's going to maybe work out for you this time. But I do think a bottom, T-Shroom, is coming here very soon. Even just mathematically, there's only 200 million that can actually even be moving at any point.
Yeah.
And even that, there's always going to be some people. Like, I think technically the Ondo now, not that I have like $200 million worth of Ondo, but the Ondo I have isn't locked up, but I have no plans in selling it. How many other people are just like this? This is an extremely, extremely bullish headline, not just for the percentage of Ondo, but also, again, it has more value locked than any other real-world asset. I'm not going to predict that Ondo surpasses the market cap of Chainlink or AVAX. But if you're talking about X's in terms of market cap, not price action, because supply plays a role there, and we talk about that in another video that we have here on the channel, but the market cap growth, I think Ondo is going to smash the majority of the crypto space out. It's going to destroy it. It's going to blow it out of the water. I don't think another coin will have bigger growth in the market cap in terms of percentage growth in the next year than Ondo Finance, and it's because it's one of the hottest coins out there. It's the hottest real-world asset, and that says a lot. Let's go and look at the chart here and talk about where, from a chart perspective, we could see some things start to develop. The first thing I want to point out here on the daily chart, let's go straight into our Lux Algo indicator on the oscillator, and this is something I'm very, very bullish on right now. We are seeing the trifecta, but you could almost say the 5 big, right? So I like to see 3 large flashes on this indicator that tell me to buy or sell. It's really cool when you get 4. It's super awesome when you get 5. And we are seeing 5 major buy flashes on this indicator. Let's run through them. Flash number 1, this green reversal dot right there. That is always a nice thing to see. Communicates that the markets are ready to reverse and possibly go back to the upside, but you want to find confirmation. Well, we're not necessarily getting the second one just yet, but you can see when you zoom in, we are very close. I am looking for a green momentum dot just like we saw back here on August 7th, but I'm seeing that gray line start to bounce, so keep an eye on that one. We don't have it yet, but we are probably a day or 2 away from seeing a green dot. Maybe we see it today. That is bullish point number 2. Number 3, we are seeing positive money flow right here as the red money flow, yes, it's red, but it's crossing back up above this bearish threshold. Those 3 right there, those are the 3 minimums I need to see to feel extremely bullish about an asset. However, like I said, it wasn't just 3, T-Shroom. There's 5 flashing. Let's go look at the other 2. Look at this blue line right here. It might be very faded, hard for some of you to see, but this is bullish divergence. What this means is the oscillator is finding support at a higher low, but the price action found support at a lower low. Yes, that's bad for the price action, but if you're just talking about the oscillator itself. Didn't want to do that. If you're just talking about the oscillator itself and the reversal here, this is a high probability indicator saying that we should reverse. That's number 4, so let me circle that one, this blue line. And then the 5th one, you guys see this bright pink? We talked about on the channel before, but this is what we would call excessive sellers in the space. The recent downward price action on Ondo was not just normal sell-offs. It was actually people getting aggressive and really trying to push this price down. But they are now leaving. As that pink leaves, that's another major indicator I love to see. So while we're waiting on number 2, right, we don't have the green dot for momentum. We do see the oscillator itself bouncing, which means it's just a matter of time that we get that bounce. That is a 5-point major buy signal on Ondo. And when you turn on the rest of the indicators here, the thing that I love watching when I use this indicator is I'm a conservative trader, right? I'm not saying that this buy signal is going to send us to brand new all-time highs. It could. But let's just be conservative. It should reasonably send us back up to our smart trail. If there's a smart trail above us, in which case there is this red cloud right here, it should send us back up to that price level. That price level is going to be somewhere in the world of 79.80 cents, back up to this red line of another very bullish formation here on Ondo. Yes, the price has been setting lower highs and lower lows, but ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call a falling channel or a descending channel. It is bearish while you're in the formation, but it's a formation that is communicating that a bullish reversal should be coming. We should have a big breakout to the upside. And again, so that first call here, just the bullish signal we have on the oscillator, that should send us back up towards 80 cents. Then we have a decision point. Do we break this smart trail? Do we go much higher? In which case, we're probably talking about a move back up above $1, possibly pushing back towards 120. And by that time, I think the bull market also is back on T-Shroom. Then we probably just have some hesitations before a much larger rally continues down the road. But major bullish fundamentals right now in Ondo and very good-looking charts. I will say, though, I want to make sure people are prepared. While I'm very bullish and I'm preparing for this, I always set stop losses with my trades, with my investments on riskier plays. Ondo is technically still in the boat of being a riskier play. There are indicators both on the daily chart and the 4-hour chart that say that 45 cents is an interesting point. So what I do with that information is, while I like the support and the news happening right now, I set a buy order with probably a stop loss sitting somewhere in the world of 55, 54 cents. If we set a new recent low, I want to be out because I think that's confirmation we're going all the way to 45. But at least now I'm back in cash. I lost a little bit of money, but I'm going to gain a whole lot more by buying that major dip at 45 cents. Because even if we go to 45 cents, that doesn't get rid of that $600 million of total value locked. That's extremely bullish. The price is going up. The question is when and how, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
I like it. I'm even more incentivized to hold on to the Ondo I've got. Maybe even consider making another allocation as an investor in Ondo. We've got some more bullish headlines here, Tim. I think you did a great job. Let us know. Do you have any questions about Ondo, about on the charts or in the news? We're going to get to our Q&A session here on the other side of a couple more stories that are related to cryptocurrencies and investments. The next story here is Mastercard. Mastercard is launching a Euro non-custodial Bitcoin and crypto debit card. We will, they say, will be as much as 100 million merchants. So let us know in the chat. Are you living in Europe? Does this excite you? Of course, if I own Bitcoin, if I own Ethereum, I don't know that I'm going to go out and pay for groceries and petroleum or gasoline, as they say here in the United States, with my Bitcoin. But maybe you would. Let us know in the chat. Is this something that excites you, or are you looking at this like, hey, I'm holding on to my assets, baby. Yeah. They are appreciating versus the euro, versus the dollar. But this is definitely exciting for adoption. And Mastercard, a big name in payments, will definitely give more confidence to consumers and potentially retail investors to look into crypto yet again. So not a whole lot to pick out here other than just the fact that continued adoption in the United States and across the pond over in Europe. Next story here, got a little bit more meat to it. This could send assets much higher. Justin, Nvidia says, we have not been subpoenaed by the U.S. Department of Justice. Could the bottom be in for Nvidia? This is a very, very exciting story. CNBC has the headline going like this. Nvidia says it didn't receive antitrust subpoena from the DOJ. Tim, we've got to take a look at the Nvidia charts here. See just how low did Nvidia get since the peaks in mid-August. And could this potentially be the bottom? What are the oscillators? What is Luxalgo? What are the charts saying about this asset?
Yeah, we covered this a little bit yesterday. Let's go back to the chart. Yesterday, we ended up holding the support level we discussed here on the live show, this smart trail on the daily chart, the blue wave in cloud right here. So that's going to be a pretty big line in the sand for Nvidia. If we keep looking on here, we don't necessarily have the buy signals like we were just talking about with Ondo. In fact, everything is technically still moving to the downside, and there's no green reversal dot. That being said, you don't have to get all the bullishness on here. It's just it lacks confidence about a upward movement without seeing some form of a bullish flash here. I'd at the very least, even if we never get a green reversal, that just means we never got extremely oversold. I'd at least like to see the money flow and the oscillator itself move back to the upside. And at the moment, they're both moving to the downside. However, let's check in on what the 4-hour chart is taking a look at. And I know that we haven't been open here. We have a pre-market open's pretty much going to open right where we were yesterday, so that's not telling us a lot. But I can kind of dive into some information from yesterday. Based off the 4-hour chart, a smaller time frame, more localized, tells us about maybe the next 72 to 80-something odd hours of price action. We hit our take profit on the sell order we printed here a couple of days ago. And on this one, our oscillators absolutely are getting some reversal flashes, some support coming in on our oscillator. We're not flashing bullish just yet, but it does look like we're curving right here. You can see the slowing down of the momentum, more than likely getting a bullish print there soon. I don't know if Nvidia's heading to new highs here, T-Shroom, but I would not be surprised after a pretty large dip with almost no bounce whatsoever. The 4-hour smart trail back up towards 120 could be a very interesting play to look for a bounce back up to that position, and then its decision point. Are we seeing the levels of resistance come in? Are we seeing volume and potential oscillators confirming, yeah, we're back to being overpowered right now, oversold, we need to correct again? So that it's kind of a chart right now, Nvidia. You're looking for small movements. I wouldn't say anyone should be looking for long-term plays at the moment because there's not a lot of confirmation about what comes next.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, we had the question here in the chat. Let's see if I can find it here. So Fuzz BC said, so Nvidia tanked over fake news. I mean, the news wasn't true. I don't know that I would call it fake. I am sitting here asking the question, who the heck started that rumor about Nvidia getting subpoenaed by the DOJ? Obviously, this contributed to the price coming down and testing lower. Now, I would say that's probably not the only reason. That's not the only force that brought Nvidia lower. I mean, it had put in high all-time highs, so it would only be natural for it to go ahead and test lower. But now that it isn't, I do think that this is potentially a catalyst for the stock market and perhaps crypto to push higher, especially AI, as Nvidia is kind of that AI catalyst. But I do agree. We want to see confluence on the charts before we make a long-term purchase or add to our purchases, in my case, as a holder of Nvidia. However, I do think that we are starting to get into the territory where making a percentage of the allocation may be appropriate into Nvidia. After all, this is a company that is extremely, extremely bullish. They are the ones making essentially the bricks of the future. They're building the future technology that the world is going to be operating on, artificial intelligence. You want to have as much of it as you can, in my opinion, and you buy low, you sell high, but it could go lower.
The conspiracy theory in you has to ask the question about this rumor, and we're going to move on and get into questions. We're going to hit our goal here and get into some questions here.
Yep.
Also, smash a like button if you are, what's the word I'm looking for here? Pleasured, or if you are happy, or if you are proud that we went through an entire live show and we didn't look at a single Bitcoin chart.
Wow.
No Bitcoin dominance, no Bitcoin price action. It's doing a lot of what we said it was doing yesterday. So we avoided that topic today. Smash the like button and put a 1 in chat if you were impressed. There's the word I'm looking for, impressed.
Yes.
By us going through an entire show not talking about Bitcoin. So back to my conspiracy theory here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Composite man.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody out there always trying to manipulate the price to screw the retail investor over so that the whales and institutions and all their buddies can buy discounted prices of whatever asset it is. This case, Nvidia, the hottest company in the world, number 2 in market cap, but probably will be number 1 again, possibly before the year is over, right? Mm-hmm. I got to find a way to dip the price. This thing is hot. I cannot buy cheap Nvidia with all these, with all these retail investors buying the dip. I got to come up with some sort of fear-mongering tool to get them to stop. What is that? Oh, let me create a fake rumor that they're getting a subpoena from the DOJ. It's a 101 playbook that the composite man uses to manipulate price action. Now, again, the charts aren't saying we're ready to rally back up, but that's even more of something that's like, man, there's so much here for logical reasons why we should bounce back up. The charts aren't confirming it. We've had recent manipulation with fake news coming out. I still preach caution. I still preach go slow. Don't go mortgage your house and go all in on Nvidia based off this news. But it is something that scratches that conspiracy theory concept of saying, was this just another composite man crash so that they could buy the dip and Nvidia is about to hit new all-time highs?
Yeah, they bring the boat back. They get those prices lower because ultimately they want to buy low and sell high. Or in the case of Nvidia, hold high, right? Hold high, because this is one that could absolutely take off. It already has in 2023. It's been an outperformer for the S&P 500. So very, very exciting there. Tim, I have reached the end of the news.
Let's do a couple questions here. Drew P says, yeah, but we didn't get Bitcoin TA, though. Sad face. Do you guys want to see Bitcoin TA? I mean, we waited till the Q&A section. We can't. I'm going to tell you, it's not that much different than yesterday. There's a lot of reason to still think that the bottom on Bitcoin isn't in on this pullback. I still think we're probably heading to or slightly below $55,000. And since we're discussing it, T-Shirt, let's just go to the charts.
Let's do it.
And let's talk about why I think that is the case. Now, there's something that's bullish here. I want you guys to know, if you're going to be able to be patient and hold on, just like I was talking about with that more macro perspective of Ondo's descending or falling channel, Bitcoin's in a mini one itself here on the 4-hour chart, where we have been setting these lower highs and lower lows. But you can see between this green and red line here, this is a falling channel, and more often than not, they break to the upside. But the bad news is, look at how low the support can get. It can come back down here towards $55,000 or lower. I was going to show you liquidity on Ondo earlier. There's nothing below us. That's bullish. If you guys came back in for Ondo, not a lot happening there. Let's go to Bitcoin liquidity, and let's actually go even to a smaller time frame and take a look at where I think we for sure can go just based off of liquidity, let alone some price action later. We still got a lot of long liquidations, meaning long positions that are open but are easily targetable to get rid of. This is the thing that whales and traders do a lot, and we have that kind of bulk all the way down back towards 55.6. Then you start to see it get more boring again. Yes, there's some liquidity down here below 55, but it's almost one of those things that's like, man, we're so close. There's nothing stopping us from going down these levels. Why not make a big push, come back down towards 55.5, and then potentially go a little bit further as we come back to the charts here. I talked to you about the green line already, but let's turn on some of our Lux algo indicators. Take profit levels on Bitcoin. Very, very good. I'm not saying that 100% of these take profits hit, but a lot of them. More often than not, they hit, especially when you see two different time frames that are not necessarily close to each other confirm and overlap about a take profit position. You're going to see the 4-hour take profit on a recent sell signal coming in between 54,900 on the high end, 52,261 on the low end. Well, if I go to the daily chart, so we're going up a lot higher. We're going between a chart that tells us about the next couple of days to a chart that tells us about the next couple of weeks. It has itself on the daily chart. Did things just change on me here? I had things lower. Okay, well, you know what? I think it's changed on me a little bit. We have to take profit up here. Maybe it was a 12-hour I was looking at that says, there we go, take profit. Take profit. There we go, 55,000 and the low end around 50,000. So I don't know why I thought that was the daily chart. My bad, everybody. It was the 12-hour chart. But these are still time frames that are majorly different. I mean, they tell us way different time frames what's happening, yet they both agree that there's just mild pullback here should be 55,000. The daily chart doesn't disprove this. The daily chart, we are sitting right here in a stop loss already. The daily chart almost is like we don't have an opinion on this at the moment, other than you can make the argument, T-Shroom, that all the way down at 51,000, that's where we have an extremely strong order block, but it is 50,000, right? So I'm not saying for sure we have to go that low. That would be pretty dramatic, but I think it's one of those things based off what I'm seeing on the 12 and the 4-hour. I would make a very good argument that 55,000 at the least, maybe a wick a little bit below 55,000 is pretty normal, is pretty likely for Bitcoin price action to pull back. Does not kill the long-term bullish price action. Doesn't kill the fact that September, I still think, is going to close in the green because of the rate cuts more than likely coming. We talked about that earlier. We got job numbers earlier today that do give us a bullish outlook that Jerome Powell is going to feel comfortable and confident in going ahead and cutting rates. Again, the biggest question now is, does he cut 25 or does he cut 50? Are we right that if 50 points come, that's a fear-mongering type of tactic and could have some negative impact? We're going to have to wait a couple more days, a couple more weeks before we find out those details. I'm leaning in the camp of 25 basis points, bullish price action. September closes above 65,000. That's where I'm in the boat right now. I'm open to changing that opinion, but that's everything I'm kind of sitting with and chewing on leads me to believe above 65,000 by the end of September, above 70,000 by the end of October, probably new highs by the end of October, honestly, and then election season, T-Shirt. And everyone loves election season.
Everyone. Everybody loves it.
And it's going to have some big implications. What else we have here in the way of questions?
Yeah.
Drew P says 55 works good for me. Thank you. I'm glad it works. Nicole says Chainlink, waiting to buy more. Listen, I'm buying Chainlink all of the time. Some things I would say to watch out on Chainlink. Let's look real quickly at our oscillators here. Yeah. So let's just stay here on the 4-hour chart, right? I think the 4-hour chart's a good chart right now to be watching on Chainlink. The oscillators have been printing a lot of reversals, a lot of bullish divergences, these blue lines, but the money flow just hasn't popped yet, which makes me believe we could come back again, kind of reset, have a fresh new ability to print a buy signal here where we have a reversal, we have bullish momentum, and we have positive money flow. That time is just not now, and I'm watching this. Remember, I told you Bitcoin probably is going to hit its take profit on the sell order. Well, couldn't we get Chainlink right back down here to 950? That's an interesting spot to keep an eye on there on the 4-hour chart. Daily chart, let's see if we have some confluence as well. No, we don't have there on the daily, but let's see if the 12-hour does the same thing. 12-hour does the same thing where this 950s dab smack in the middle of that take profit. I'm sure if the 4-hour is not a bullish oscillator, this is not necessary. This is almost like the money flow on the 12-hour needs to cool off. It's too high. It's been green and the oscillator's low. So this is not a time. I'm not going to come on to you as much as I love Chainlink and say, guys, Chainlink 7% rally today. It's happening. Lock it. No. There might be a small bounce based off of like a 5-minute chart or a 1-hour chart, but the 4-hour, which again tells us about the next 3 days, give or take, is saying you probably could wait and get prices, get a buy order below $10, pushing closer towards $9.50. Let's get one more question here, T-Shroom, and wrap it up for the day.
Yeah, go ahead and scan for questions. I want to remind everybody that it doesn't have to end here. You know, you're thinking, oh, Tim and T-Shroom, they're going to be in Dallas again tomorrow. I'm going to have to wait till 9 a.m. tomorrow to hear them again go live. That's not true. We go live every single day this week, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with Crux of Crypto in the Discord. Now, Tim and I will pop in and pop out. We haven't been doing any kind of like news there, but Crux has been getting a big crowd in there.
Yeah.
Lots of people absolutely loving what's going on in there in the Discord. Now you're thinking, T-Shroom, how can I get in the Discord? The video that you're watching right now, whether on mobile or desktop, you just scroll down and you can see the word Discord right here. You click that, you set up your Discord account, and you can enter into the Bros Discord where the chat never stops. You like getting in the chat here and giving your opinion, asking questions. You can do that all day long in the Discord, and it's free. Completely free.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of questions here. I see someone ask about Ethereum. I see other people want to go deeper into some conversation on Ondo and other things. Here's the cool thing. This is a bad week about it. We're out of town. Like Tishan just said, we're not in Discord this week. We are not doing our member streams because we are here at the conference. However, next week, we're right back at it. Lots of member streams pretty much every single day. We have different member streams, live trading, Q&A, look at the charts, specific in chat. If you were to tag me, if you're one of my VIP traders, and you tag me and say, Tim, what do you think about PopCat? I'll go in there and I'll look at a chart on PopCat and we'll go into it. So if you guys ever come in here and say, man, I love Tim's technical analysis. I love the way T-Shroom breaks things down. That Crux guy we saw last week, he's really smart. Where do I find out more from these guys? That Discord is the place to do it. Next week we'll be back to our normal schedule. Let's go one more announcement here and then we're going to wrap it up, T-Shroom. We posted a broken link for our Blofin trading challenge. If any of you clicked on a link over the last couple of days, you might have clicked on a broken one. There's a challenge right now for the month of September in the Bros community. If we as a community get to $60 million of volume traded on Blofin, link down below, registration right there, one lucky winner will win $8,000. Now, the ad's going to tell you it's a MacBook computer. We've talked with our rep. He is telling us, well, they're not going to send the computer, they're going to send the cash equivalent. So if you want to go buy that Mac computer, be our guest.
You can.
But I think a lot of you guys are going to take that $8,000 and go on a trip with your wife or buy some more Chainlink or
That's
any
right.
other crypto you want to buy, maybe Ondo. So make sure, this is what I need you to do. If you're not a current Blofin trader, make sure you go sign up with the link down below. Join our group, and you also get access to a Blofin trading group where we give weekly giveaways with our Blofin traders. But if you are an active trader, go click on the link and register. The trades, unfortunately, you did yesterday will not contribute into it. That's why you got to register right now so that all future trades rest this month are going to go into it. And here's the thing, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. There's probably not going to be a lot of traders in here. I don't expect us to have like 500 traders in this challenge. I think we can get up to like 50. But that probability, the odds of you winning that $8,000 is extremely high. Don't miss the chance to go trade with Blofin and win up to $8,000 if we can hit our goal of 60 million in volume. Go start with that right now. T-Shirt, I think that's going to wrap us out for today. We love you guys. Have a fantastic afternoon. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. And then Saturday's live show will be back in our normal places. Love you guys. Smash the like. Hit subscribe. Adios.
Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots, stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor, the TA. Shout it out loud on the PA. T-Shrooms news, got the word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividend. Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots, stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.